Is Cenat secretly the most toxic YouTuber alive, hiding behind laughs while stabbing friends in the back? My last video about Fanum getting booted from AMP absolutely exploded. Some loved it, some hated it, but everybody was crying and begging and asking for more. So, if you're craving more juicy drama, trust me, it got way crazier. Let's dive into how Cenat might have just become the villain in the influencer world, and why AMP could be the most toxic crew to ever exist. AMP on the surface looks fun, right? They are a bunch of buddies making wild silence videos, doing dumb stuff, and laughing non-stop. You see Cenat, Duke Dennis, Agent 00, I'm Davis, and Chris is next door on screen and think, wow, these guys are living the dream. But what if I told you, behind all those smiles was something darker? Let's rewind quickly. Fanum was co-founder of AMP, a guy who genuinely cared about his friends, gave money when the group was broke, and even scouted members like Kai and Duke when they had no clout. He wasn't just a member, Fanum was the heart of AMP. Without him, the group might have never blown up. He came up with iconic jokes like Fanum Tax and took AMP from just dudes filming on phones to a $1 million brand. But recently, things took a very sinister turn. Fanum publicly blasted AMP, hinting that the group became obsessed with money and fame, forgetting loyalty and friendship. He posted cryptic messages online saying AMP's social media unfollowed him and blocked his access, essentially erasing him from their history. Fans were absolutely furious, starting a storm with the hashtag #JusticeForFanum. Now, who's behind this betrayal? All fingers point to Cenat. Multiple online sources claim Kai directly had Fanum removed because Fanum refused to participate in videos that went against his religious beliefs. Fanum himself hinted that AMP members had sold their souls for fame, but he wouldn't budge. If true, it paints Kai as someone who used Fanum's talent, his ideas, and his energy to boost AMP's image, only to toss him aside when Fanum became inconvenient. But Kai's sketchy past gives this theory even more weight. Remember back in 2023, Kai caused absolute chaos in the New York City's Union Square? He promised a PlayStation giveaway without proper security, leading to a full-blown riot, fans wrecking cars, fighting police, and causing thousands in damages. Kai faced charges for inciting a riot, but got off lightly, just paying damages and apologizing half-heartedly. This stunt revealed his true colors, someone willing to risk public safety for clout. That wasn't even Kai's worst controversy. Remember the party scandal earlier in 2023? A TikToker named Jovi accused one of Kai's close friends of assaulting her at Kai's New Year's Eve party. When Jovi reached out to Kai for help, she claimed Kai initially ignored her pleas until social media blew up. Kai eventually spoke out, but only after public pressure, leaving many wondering if protecting his reputation was his real priority. Or take Kai's cameraman, Chris V, who got caught grooming minors. It turns out, the victim tried alerting Kai's team privately, but was ignored until it went viral online. Kai fired Chris V, cried on stream, but again, only after facing backlash. It feels like Kai's inner circle is a breeding ground for scandals, only addressed when his image takes a hit. With a track record like this, is it really surprising that Kai might have sacrificed Fanum once AMP became famous enough not to need him? It fits perfectly with the by any means necessary mentality AMP flaunts proudly. Behind every prank, laugh and joke, there is a darker side to AMP. They are not just friends making videos, they are ruthless businessmen, willing to toss aside anyone if it helps their brand. Fanum himself called AMP members fake gods who worship money. He warned fans that loyalty didn't exist in the group anymore, and when you consider AMP's treatment of other members, like how they bullied Davis or how Chris nearly lost an eye in a reckless prank, the fun crew starts looking real toxic. AMP seems to exploit their own, pushing members to dangerous limits for views. and when someone like Fanum speaks up against this toxic culture, they are silenced and removed. Duke Dennis reportedly claimed Fanum barely contributed anyway, completely dismissing Fanum's role in creating AMP's early success. Kai allegedly even bragged he could end Fanum's career easily. This arrogant threat perfectly highlights the toxic environment, where friendships are just business deals and loyalty means nothing. Even AMP's fanbase can be real toxic, attacking anyone who criticizes the group online. Popular streamers like XQC have called AMP fans out for harassment. So it's no surprise Fanum supporters faced backlash from Kai's loyal followers. This fan war shows just how divisive AMP's family has become, and the rabbit hole goes even deeper when you zoom in on the behind the scenes power plays. Agent 00, the number cruncher of the squad, quietly handles many of the sponsorship decks. Rumors swirl that agent spreadsheets decide who gets the biggest side of the brand deal cash. If Fanum was questioning those splits, you can see why tensions built. Meanwhile, Im Davis, often portrayed as the naive kid brother, took years of on-screen roasting. Fans cheered Zio, but insiders claim Davis finally pushed back about mental health, only to be told the jokes were good for engagement. When humor hurts, is it still funny? Chris next door, the pranking, literally blew out his knee during a reckless fireworks gag. The group filmed the injury, slapped a wacky thumbnail on it, and racked up millions of views while Chris did rehab. Friends helping friends? Or content farm harvesting pain? That's the pattern. Real injuries, real trauma, real broken trust, all spawn into what's time. Every drama spike makes their CPM rise. Kai, with Twitch bans piling up like trophies, knows controversy equals cash. Whether it's a riot or a friend's downfall, the algorithm pays out. So if pushing Fanum out creates a viral saga, why wouldn't they? Any means possible. The craziest part? Fans eat it up. We binge 6 hours reaction streams, clip every single meltdown and argue in threads while MP laugh to the bank. They're weaponized chaos, and once you see the strings, the magic trick stops being cute. So what does this mean for AMP's future? If this toxic culture continues, they might become YouTube's most controversial group, and while drama drives views, it can destroy friendships and reputations permanently. As viewers, you decide what happens next. If you keep watching AMP's videos without holding them accountable, you're essentially supporting this toxic cycle. But if fans demand better, refuse to overlook these betrayals and hold creators accountable, maybe influencers like Cenat and groups like AMP will rethink their choices. At the end of the day, don't forget, you're watching millionaires argue online, while most people work 9-to-5 jobs, struggling to make rent. Money isn't even real, folks. Life's just a big video game. Don't waste too much energy caring about influencer drama, but stay smart and keep an eye on who you support. We've seen this movie before. Remember Team 10 crumbling under Jake Paul's ego? Remember how the hype house turned into a revolving door of broken friendships as soon as TikTok chicks got hues? AMP is skating that same thin ice. You start with genuine laughs, then the money truck backs up, and suddenly every joke becomes a brand pitch. Every hot twat becomes a data point. Every argument becomes a thumbnail. People keep asking, why should I care? Honestly, you don't have to. Real life bills still need paying. But these stories play out like a live lesson in what money does to people. If you can twist a tight-knit friend group with millions of fans, imagine what it can do in a normal workplace where nobody's filming. Watching AMP meltdown is like watching a slow-motion car crash. Horrible, but you can't look away because deep down you wonder, would I act any better if the cash and cameras were dangling in front of me? And let's be fair, maybe Kai isn't some cartoon villain. Maybe he's just another 20-something blinded by sudden fame. But that doesn't erase the damage, does it? When you lead a group, you set the tone. If your crew keeps catching scandals like the flu, you're the germ farm. Leadership isn't flexing plagues, it's protecting the people who helped you hang them. Kai preaches brotherhood on camera. Fanum's story says otherwise. Until Kai proves with actions, not apologies, that loyalty matters, the evil label is going to stick. So, whether you stand Kai or think AMP is a dumpster fire, watch the patterns real closely. Fans are power, views are votes. If we reward chaos, we'll get more chaos. If we reward honesty, maybe creators will try for once. If you want more shocking updates and behind the scenes drama, tap on the next video popping up right now. Peace out.